Well, this game is definitely something else. I have never been so absorbed with a single piece of media in years. This game is poetic, powerful, and well written to a T. Everything in the open world works on a fundamental level. This game is absolutely hard to watch. There are scenes so real it's hard to look away, and it's really hard to swallow. The characters are layered in this story, with dialogue on genuine realness to it that is on a whole new level, making it addictive to hear and watch and experience. This game, holy shit, is quite the experience. It's beautiful. This game is beautiful. Man, is this game gorgeous, and I'm not talking about the graphics, that would be too easy. I mean the open world environment, oh my goodness. Every solitary element of it is fleshed out. There are so many side activities, quest lines, characters, interactions. Every aspect of its environment is interactable. All people, civilians, animals, all aspects of its environment are actually interactable and serve a true purpose in the environment. That is some game design right there. Man, oh man. Then you got some impressive shooting mechanics, a huge fleshed out open world that not only looks good, but it's actually fluctuated with content you actually want to do. There is literally always something to do in its open world environment. It's goddamn beautiful. This game's open world is a huge breath of fresh air, even in comparison to other open worlds, which either have content that isn't as interesting or important, or people complain and say those open worlds are over-fluctuated with quantity over quality. Every aspect of this open world, it's all quality, no quantity. Yet there is a truckload of content everywhere, and to top it all off, you can even rob a train at any time you want. So it even has elements of gameplay freedom. Dude, you can eat, sleep, you can go into the wilderness and actually just camp anywhere in the woods. You actually have this level of innovation in the sequel to Red Dead. Are you serious, man? So not only can you eat and sleep, but you can also hunt animals and even sell their skin for money, or use their skin for crafting, so it actually serves a true purpose for the player. Man, this game is beautiful, and there's so much in its open world environment that makes it work. Not to mention this is one of the single most layered video game characters I've ever seen, Arthur Morgan. When I first saw him, I didn't really know what to expect, but man, he is one of the single most layered video game characters of all time. The writing and storytelling in this game is absolutely impeccable, with some great moments of absolute realness to them that feel genuine and earned. And to top it off, with a fluctuated open world environment filled to the brim with stuff you actually want to do. I will admit that some things Dutch states is kind of what I envisioned for the character prior to Red Dead 1. That's definitely Dutch, that's definitely his character. The acting is really good, the acting is great, the dialogue and realistic performances are great. What makes the story strong is the writing. It's pretty good. The writers should be commended for the writing. That's the strength of the game's story, the writing. And yeah, the special effects are unbelievable. You get snow on your character when he's around snow. You get dirt on your character when he's around dirt. The special effects are way, and I do mean way ahead of its time. The beginning is slow, really slow. There's some good moments in it, but dude, it's so slow. And the first was slow too, but it was interesting, and eventually it got to the point. So yeah, it's pretty slow. The game has some of the best attention to detail I've ever seen. It actually has animations for just about everything, down to when a carriage breaks down, down to hitching a horse. Its level of detail is outstanding. They even have an animation for when you skin an animal. I even stayed and decided to track the legendary bear and skin his entire pellet. They have an animation for the entire skinning. The realism is breathtaking. That level of attention to detail is outstanding. At any given moment, you can set up camp anywhere in the woods, eat, sleep, and survive. Hunting serves a true purpose, as the food you eat replenishes health. You have to literally survive in this game. Now, I've played Fallout New Vegas hardcore mode, so I'm no stranger to this. But to see this level of gameplay immersion in the sequel to Red Dead is just unprecedented. Now, this is some impeccable attention to detail, to the likes in which I've never seen. I got into a fight in the game. I went to the shop, and a man actually knew about this. Although this was a part of the story, the man in the shop wasn't, so that's really good attention to detail. However, when it comes to a game as incredible as this, I am more of a fan of the gameplay design, as a game is still a game. Now, time to hunt dudes down for the same stuff I just did, because that's among many, and I do mean many things you'll be doing in this game. Wow, is there a lot of stuff to do in this game's open world. Hunting, which actually serves a purpose, to bounty hunting, to eating, to sleeping, to side quests, to main quest, to random encounters, to side games. Wow. And I thought the first Red Dead had stuff to do in its open world environment. Well, whoa. This is really something. With that being said, wow, is there so much to do in this game? From bounty hunting, to side missions, to main missions. Dude, you can start a camp at a random location at any time, and eat and sleep. That's immersive, and it serves a purpose. It's not just there to look cool. You get health, and you can sell skins for items and craft more items. The gameplay design is brilliant. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do in this open world environment. I got lost in this open world. I couldn't speak at times because there was just so much stuff going on that I actually wanted to do. I was at a loss for words. This open world is huge. There's so much stuff in it you actually want to do. And oh my goodness, Arthur is shockingly well written. And John Marston grew on me over the years, but Arthur is a special character. This dude is so well written to a T, and the writing and dialogue is out of this world. I mean, wow. The amount of stuff to do, not bad, Rockstar. Not bad at all. Now that that's out of the way, man, is this game beautiful. The open world environment is so large, vast, beautiful, and explorable. There is so much fleshing out its open world, and I find myself getting lost in its open world environment. That amazing moment when you sit and make a camp and eat food you hunted yourself in-game, just to sleep or gain health, was some of the most groundbreaking and immersive gameplay ever put to an open world game, especially for a game like Red Dead, to have this level of immersion and realism. You literally basically formulate your own story as you play throughout its open world, as you have your own experiences with it that are not predictable. It's fleshed out. So many random encounters with good stories and compelling gameplay. So many incredible areas and places with missions, side quests, and even main missions. I've traveled throughout its open world, and I've found some impeccable writing and dialogue. But I also find these great missions, and so much stuff to do all over its open world environment. It's really fleshed out, and it's absolutely beautiful to see this level of gameplay and things to do. There's just so much to do in its open world environment. It's so fleshed out with a lot of side activities, missions, places, and activities that it immersed you by having you hunt, survive, sell items, craft, eat, sleep, then do all these random encounters, side activities, and even main missions. You'll get so lost in its open world. You might not even be doing the missions. Really, you'll just be doing the stuff in its open world. It's that fleshed out. This is the sequel to Red Dead Redemption, and it pushes its open world this far. It's a technological achievement. That moment when Arthur shows his fatigue through his animations, they actually went that far, and it plays out in the gameplay during missions, making it more realistic and immersive. It's brilliant. That moment when you set up camp, you're eating, sleeping, recovering health, and Deadeye. Wow, the level of immersion, the level of detail, the fact that every aspect of its mechanics and open world serves an actual purpose. And everything in this open world is actually interactable, so it feels alive. The AI is radiant, people are genuine and real. This is immersive and incredible. Then there's so much fleshing out its open world environment, from places to go that you actually want to see, to things to do that you actually want to do. So many side activities, people, places, missions, quest lines. Guys, this game is fleshed out to a T. Man, there's so much in its open world environment. The game is huge, and the quests are impeccably written and well constructed. These are some of the most amazing video game quests and side activities. They are all crafted with so much care, love, and attention to detail, making it worth it when you do these activities. They all serve a true purpose. Man, you know something? This game is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm not talking about the graphics. I mean the open world environment, the stuff you can do in this game, and how fleshed out it is. That moment when John Marston has the music playing, when he's riding into the place, no spoilers, but they have just the right amount of poetic connections to moments like this in Red Dead 2. There's moments of genuine, real dialogue between characters, and man, are these characters layered. These are some of the most genuine and layered characters I've ever seen in a game, with a story told to poetic brilliance, with impeccable storytelling and incredible attention to detail, to the likes of which I've never seen, especially in video game history, defining the genre of what a story could be, let alone what a video game could be. Man, the unbelievable moments that pull at the heartstrings so hard and are shocking and even hard to watch. This game's story is poetic, powerful, and the writing is strong, and the dialogue is genuine. The game is a powerful one, and it tells a story equally as powerful. Spoilers for those of you who must experience this for yourself. Please do. So many moments where this story is a poetic connection to the original game, to the likes in which I've never seen. So many moments that pulled at my heartstrings and took away my breath. This game has moments that are so hard to watch, but it's so hard to look away. This game is powerful, and its story is equally as powerful, with characters who are so layered, with incredible character work, in a world and atmosphere that breathes, that lives. The game is alive, and it's literally the breath of life itself. This game is a defining moment of video game history, from a story standpoint, from an open world standpoint, and even from a gaming standpoint. Experiencing this story, it drove me to near tears and pulled me so hard in ways I can't even fully fathom. So much respect and attention to detail to what made the first game special, making this equally if not incredibly special, in a way no other video game is. This game is a defining achievement of gaming history, a game that tells a story that is so hard to watch, and it's so moving and real, in a way most games haven't even come close to accomplishing. Upon wrapping up the game, one of the greatest yet saddest and most poetic yet powerful moments is around the end, when it plays the song Unshaken, and that's the way it is. This almost drove me to tears. After everything Arthur's been through, I wanted to see him live. I wanted to see his redemption, and that is a testament to layered character work and powerful storytelling. So many moments that gripped me like no other, in a way that had a huge narrative impact, a large poetic connection to what makes this game so special. This game's open world is beautiful. With so much fleshing out its open world environment, it's so alive and real, and every element of it works on a fundamental level. It all connects, it all works, and it's all interactable. It's shocking to see. This game is one of the single greatest video games I've ever seen, with a shining achievement of what you can accomplish with technology, storytelling, and gameplay. The characters are so layered. The story has a poetic connection to the first game, but tells a story unlike any other you will see in any game, in a way that tugs at your heartstrings and breathes a breath of fresh air in the open world genre, and tells a unique story unlike any other, in a way that moved me like movies haven't, like TV shows haven't. Only certain things have achieved this level of brilliance, this level of storytelling you will only get once every 10 years, maybe even 20. A game like this comes once every generation. This game was so powerful, with a character I didn't want to see die. I wanted to see him live, and to see him live on. This game makes you care and understand the perspective of characters by living in a real, breathing, interactable world, with layered characters and a story with just the right amount of charm and depth in every aspect, showing that the writers have a full fundamental understanding of its characters to a T. This is a testament to great storytelling. It is a testament to great writing. It is a testament to great open world design. This world is so beautiful, and it tells its own story, and you feel like you experience your own story through its world, through Arthur. Upon wrapping up the game's story, I wanted to see Arthur ride into the sun. This game was powerful in ways that are shocking, in ways that again are hard to watch, but in ways that you must watch, you must see, and it is captivating in that way, to where you can't even look away. Every moment of this game was like a breath of fresh air, the breath of life itself. Red Dead Redemption 2 is no ordinary open world, you see. Every aspect of its open world environment works on a fundamental level. This game has so many elements of its open world. Every time you arrive in its open world environment, I can't decide whether or not I want to do the main missions or just explore the open world and see what happens and experience the side activities. The game has such a large abundance of content with such love, care, and attention to detail that it's hard to decide between main missions or just exploring. That's how much of a breath of fresh air the open world environment of Red Dead 2 is. The amount of stuff to do, not bad, Rockstar, not bad at all. Now, a game with this level of detail and effort isn't perfect. It does have its faults in certain areas. Much respect for what you laid down, Rockstar. You guys have truly outdid yourselves in many different areas. When it comes to this game, these are just things I have to point out because these are the problems I experienced upon playing. Are you ready? Alright. here it is. Now with that being said, let me just say that Rockstar Games has a huge problem with their mission and gameplay design. You see, in their games such as GTA 5, and of course their latest, Red Dead 2, their missions are extremely linear, scripted, and restrictive. Do you know what this means? This means if you try and do anything outside of this mission in any kind of creative or fun way, like other games like BioShock or something, you will fail over and over. And it forces you to do the mission in one linear set path. No freedom of gameplay design. You can't go stealth or go all out or fight any way you want to. You have to play the exact same way with the mission. If you steer from the path in any way, you will fail the mission. It's so restrictive. Rockstar has had this problem for so long. It is in Red Dead 2 as well. And not only this, but just like Red Dead 1, most of the time you'll be lassoing people and shooting people. You did this in Red Dead 1. So if you already do this in the first game, when you make a sequel, when you do missions, you have to flesh out the mission design. Give people more freedom with how they complete missions instead of just shooting people the same way each mission. No use of stealth or just playing each mission in different ways. You play the same way with many missions over and over, similar to the first Red Dead, except that came out in 2010. This came out in 2018. It should have evolved by now, instead of being virtually to the first game's mission structure in GTA 5's, unfortunately. GTA 5 literally had missions that restricted you to the highest level. One slight alteration on the set path and you fail. This is such backwards game design that has unfortunately made its way to Red Dead 2, and it shows a lack of gameplay innovation from Rockstar's outdated gameplay design. Give players more freedom. Stop holding their hands with overly scripted events like this is Call of Duty. Come on. In the mission design, you can do better than this. You can do better than this. Allow me to stealth or blow something up, or use multiple tools and options throughout the open world and throughout the mission structure, not just the same ones you used in Red Dead 1, guns and lassos. In AC Syndicate, you can hit a barrel and it can kill enemies. Environmental interactivity, not bad. Here, yes, you can eat and sleep, but when it comes to killing and missions, you can shoot and lasso, just like Red Dead 1. Wow, so innovative. Where are the tools and options in the open world and mission design? Missions play out the same way just like Red Dead 1 and like GTA 5. They are very restrictive and prevent and restrict gameplay freedom. Oh, it gets better. Then you have this poorly designed bounty hunting system. And it's poorly designed. First off, it's unfair because you can get a bounty from literally just firing your gun or killing like one dude in some obscure location. It's just so punishing for no reason, even when you're not trying to have the law on your butt. I literally shot one pistol by mistake. One. I go to another area. Hours later, out comes these random bounty hunters. What in the world? What is with Rockstar and their obsessive police system when it penalizes you for even the simplest offense? I didn't even kill anyone by that point, not a civilian at least. And a single gunshot causes these people to investigate me like this is investigation discovery. I mean, what is going on? The main point is this. Among other issues in Rockstar's game design, one huge one is the fact that their police/bounty system is completely overblown hard. They overdo it too hard. The design is bad because it penalizes you for having fun with the game or making a mistake. It could happen. You might shoot your gun, penalized before you've even killed someone. Come on, man, that's way too harsh. Calm down with the bounty system. Come on. It has to be more refined and fair based on how you're behaving and how much havoc you cause. Dude, if I barely did jack diddly squat, yet it shouldn't be penalizing me this hard. That is bad design, and it's annoying. In Red Dead 1, the wanted system was perfection. You could go out pretty far and not have to worry about every solitary offense be investigated on this level. Jeez, it had some breathing room, come on. Now, with that being said, Red Dead 2 does a fantastic job of making you feel like you're immersed in its open world environment, giving you a large vast quantity of content. You know how other open worlds don't allow the same level of exploration and have content that you could easily brush past? The side activities had the same level of care and attention to detail as main missions, making it mind-blowingly high quality when experiencing such hard work. Rockstar Games, let me tell you, what you've crafted here is a testament to hard work and excellent gameplay design. You crafted an open world where every layer, every aspect of it works on a fundamental level. This game pieces together like a T. When I bring up problems with the game, I have the utmost respect for Rockstar for this game. The fact that you crafted this game on this level, I have to bring up some other issues as well. You see, Red Dead asks important questions about its characters and about its world. It does have a strong sense and understanding of its own characters. It takes its time to allow people to breathe in its world and allows people to get involved with its characters and world. They're so real and genuine. The characters here and the poetic connections between this game and the original are strong and done with a layer of subtlety and symbolism. This game's open world is so filled to the brim with activities. Every single time you arrive and leave an area, there's always some random encounter that's actually well written and fun to experience, to an area you've never seen, to a side activity, or even missions, to a bounty mission or assignment, to many, and I do mean many, activities that just get dropped on your lap. And unlike other open worlds, this game has a large vast of content, but it's all handcrafted. Since it's handcrafted, you have to ask important questions when making an open world. Question 1. How big is it? Question 2. Regardless of how big it is, how much content are we going to fill it with? It's not about how big the open world is, it's what you can do in its open world environment that makes it a true open world experience. And that's Red Dead 2, a true open world experience that has handcrafted content in every aspect of its entire environment, making you want to explore and travel, making it rewarding and fulfilling to experience. This game is so innovative in so many areas. The fact that you can actually eat and sleep and hunt and survive and get skin pelts too. This game innovated in ways the sequel to Red Dead didn't have to. They didn't have to add eating and sleeping to recover health cores. They wanted to. They didn't have to have Arthur get tired and have those animations play out in the gameplay. They wanted to. They didn't have to have a fully fluctuated open world with radiant AI. They didn't have to. They wanted to. This is passion. This goes beyond just game development and goes and transcends into something of an art piece. You see, it's not just a game. It's like a moving portrait. And every time you come back to the picture, you notice new layers of color and details you didn't notice before, because the creators and developers took the time to handcraft every layer with a level of care and attention to detail you will not see in most games, period. This game stands up to so many games in the modern era, having gameplay features you won't see in other games, touching my heart in a way that made me care about the characters, the world, and yes, growing a deep emotional bond and attachment to its environment. The environment of Red Dead 2 ceased being a game world and became like my home, a place I can go back to and experience as my own home. There's another artist out there who said a true open world is a game, I believe his name is Exile. He makes great work. You see, he stated that a true open world is an open world game that continues even when you leave. So when you leave, that world still goes on. This game is a testament to such a philosophy. Now, with all the amount of content, features, and open world activities this game has entailed, it also has some problems. Are you ready? Here we go. GTA 5 Police was so much like this, where it was insane and relentless. At least you could have a cool fight before you inevitably die. Here it's the opposite. You don't want to fight them. You want to either pay it off to experience more of the open world than be bothered by them because they ruin it or get away from them. They literally hinder the entire experience when they're supposed to enhance the immersion. That is bad design, because they hinder the experience of the open world when they're supposed to add to it. It's supposed to be amazing. You have epic duels with bounty hunters and sheriffs in Red Dead 1. This happened and it was balanced too. It was not even close to being as extreme as it is here. Can't do one simple thing without having them show up to extremes. It needs to be more balanced and not overly tipped in their favor. It's not balanced and the design is just not good, especially if you want to have fun with the game. It's the opposite of fun, like it punishes you for trying to have fun. So even if I actually wanted to just shoot and have fun, the game prevents this level of fun. But fine, I played by the rules, but accidentally shot my gun. And I was hunted to the ends of the earth for it. That is bad design. A game like this is definitely something special. However, it's not perfect now. There are things in this game that is just flawed big time. So even a game of this level of quality would have issues, such as this wanted system is broken, and it's that simple. Dude, it's absolutely broken. This wanted system is just, So why is the wanted system so bad and poorly designed? Yes, I'm going there. This wanted system is just bad, man. But why, you may be wondering? Well, it's bad because first off, if you fire a single shot, bam, wanted. If you get into a fight you didn't even start, bam, wanted. If you make one mistake out of order in the public, bam, wanted. A single witness saw you do one slight thing, or you shot your gun one time and someone witnessed it, bam, investigated. And they will follow you to the ends of the earth with some of the most pinpoint accuracy. This is broken. Why is it that anytime you express any kind of gameplay freedom, the game punishes you for it? It actually hinders fun and freedom of gameplay in the game. But the game takes it a step further and even punishes even when you're actually innocent. So the game even unfairly punishes you, like if a dude hit you first. If this guy hits me first, why am I getting a wanted level? Then they had the most ridiculous pinpoint accuracy too. So it's so damn difficult to kill these guys, man. This is just broken and unbalanced, unfair, and attacks you even when someone else might have hit you first, making this poorly designed. This is designed to grief the player if the player attempts in any way to grief the world, or in other words, rampage the world. But even if you're not trying to rampage the world, you might have just made a mistake, or someone else hit you first. The game's broken wanted system doesn't care. You will face the wrath of auto aim pretty quickly, and it's broken and unbalanced. Man, this was a freaking nightmare. You see, a game with this level of quality can have some issues, however. The open world environment is an example of putting multiple things that are handcrafted and made with a layer of care and attention to detail. This is all over its open world environment, so when you experience the quests, missions, and even random encounters, they feel all like main missions. They all have the level of quality you would see in a main quest. The map is huge, very large, however it's not just large but is populated with areas, people, places, activities, side quests, and it's just a large map. It feels so full to the brim with content and people living and breathing, and there's literally always something to do in its open world environment. This is shocking. So here it is, dramatic pause. You thought that was it with flaws? Man, oh man, you have no idea. You thought that was it? Oh, you were sadly mistaken. First off, this game has the mission design found in GTA 5, where you have to do every solitary mission in a specific manner that is scripted and planned and linear. And if you go against this in any way, you will fail the mission. This game restricts the player to specifically complete the mission in a specific scripted manner. No gameplay freedom to the player, restricting you so much in fact that it actually hinders the player to the point in which the player could die, not because of smart AI, but because of how restrictive the mission design was. It forces you to complete every solitary mission in a specific manner, just so you can complete it. So not only is this overly linear and restrictive, but it doesn't allow for gameplay freedom, so the player doesn't get to complete missions in different ways. So they are stuck doing it the exact same specific way over and over and over. That is not the best design, especially for replay value, or just overall gameplay freedom and fun. So here's the thing. When I first heard about Red Dead 2, I saw the game and I was like, whoa, this game looks so restrictive. Like, you just go to camps or do missions and you do it a lot like how Red Dead 1 was, where you're just shooting a lot of people. And I know this is the Wild West, and yes, you're going to shoot a lot, and maybe even lasso. However, in Red Dead 1, that came out in 2010. Red Dead 2, if I'm not mistaken, came out in 2018. So if it came out during that time, wouldn't you think they'd upgrade their mission design and allow for more open-ended quests that let you complete missions in different ways instead of holding the player's hand in an overly scripted manner? The game holds your hand at all times and doesn't allow the player to choose how to complete the mission. Imagine this for a sequel. Instead of the sequel having the same gameplay loop as their first game, as if it's Red Dead 1.5 gameplay wise, wouldn't this be a true sequel or evolution of its gameplay loop? Such as, dude, I can choose between demolition or sniper or stealth or all out choice. I can choose how to kill these people, how to complete missions, and maybe even some environmental interactivity. Now, Red Dead 2 has some environmental interactivity, but it's for people. What about environmental interactivity for a mission? In Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you can throw a knife at a barrel and knock it over and kill enemies. That is outstanding. In Killzone Mercenary, you can complete missions in different ways. Syndicate is open world. Killzone Mercenary is a shooter. So these are other games. One is even in the same genre, letting you complete missions in different ways. It's the sequel to one of the single greatest games of all time. and the greatest Western ever made, and they have mission design that's practically outdated? So restrictive that it hinders the player. It can even cause the player an unfair fail if they make one single mistake. This is supposed to be the sequel to the original, and that's as far as they could innovate in their missions? Do you know how many missions just turn into a shooting gallery when you could have so much more imagination and creativity? And it's quite simple. Just let me complete the mission in different ways. Don't restrict me to the specific scripted event. It's restrictive to the player. Now, with that being said, now I need to let this out. It's also annoying. First off, do you know how many times I've sat here completing missions working hard to follow Rockstar's specific script they want me to follow? I'm doing what you want and it's still failing me over and over one specific thing. That's unfair and annoying because you're following what the game is telling you, only for the system to screw you over every time, and it's screwing you over by failing you over some specific thing you didn't follow. Meanwhile, you're still restricted and you have no freedom. So annoying. Even more annoying, you even have moments where you fail. Yes, I repeat, you fail the mission. All because, I didn't do the specific scripted event correctly. You miss one step out of line in one way and it's over, which is annoying. The game's design is so restrictive and it's frustrating to deal with. I can't tell you guys, oh my sweet goodness, I can't tell you how many times I failed a mission not because of skill or great AI, but because I tried to complete the mission in different ways, expressing some level of gameplay freedom, where I made one slight turn in another direction for like 1 second, and it just fails over a slight turn. My goodness, Rockstar, this is not only outdated, but restrictive to the player. If you're going to make a sequel to something like Red Dead, you need to allow some kind of gameplay freedom, and missions should not be this restrictive. This is so restrictive, no gameplay freedom, and it even punishes you. And it even punished you for acting different or turning in a different direction in any way. Wow. You see, Red Dead 2 goes beyond most open worlds in the modern era, shockingly, which was just an unprecedented shock. You see, there's multiple aspects to an open world. First off, exploration. Second off, how big is the open world? Third off, what can you do in the open world? These things have to be considered. Red Dead 2's map is huge. It's really big. However, it has limits. It's not too huge. You can travel the entire map in a shorter span of time than something like Skyrim. That would take a long time. That would take a long time. So with that being said, they have to populate the open environment with things to do that you actually want to do. Not the Ubisoft formula. You will not find that here. Nor the Bethesda gameplay loop. You will not find that here. Instead, it has people, actual people with their own stories and missions, side missions, and bounty hunting. Also, random encounters. Man, there's so much to do in its open world environment that I've had a hard time deciding whether or not I want to finish the main story or explore and experience the open world. That is a testament to incredible video game design. Rockstar Games, Sam Houser, and the composer Woody. You should all be commended. I wish I could shake your hands. The amount of emotional depth and penetration that is in this soundtrack and writing and storytelling. Taking storytelling to new levels that I didn't even see out of TV shows, movies, or other video games. Defining what a story could be for any creative medium. This game is a testament to hard work. It is a testament to open world design. It is a testament to gameplay. This game is something else. And this game is more than a game. It's something truly special. And that's the way it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Tarragon. This was Red Dead 2. And thank you for watching.